Hello, welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of What is in Our Stand Today. Today, I have a used mountain bike that came to me from one of my customers that found me during the lockdown. And for those of you who hate on people with e-bikes, this gentleman started off riding an e-bike, commuting back and forth to work, and now he's progressed over into pedal bikes. So, there is a little bit of good and bad. If you scorn at them from time to time, just think that maybe one of their other bikes is a pedal bike. Anyway, before we get on to the topic of today, please like and subscribe, and please hit that notification bell. Okay, so what we have is a Deore XT M770, or 770, I should say, shifter that is stuck and only indexes, there's 10 back here, it only indexes about 3 or 4. And sometimes, it's an intermittent problem, so sometimes you'll shift and it goes down the cassette and back up, most of the cogs, and then sometimes it just sits there. So I'm going to show you what it's doing now, and hopefully you can hear in the back when the bike is not actually shifting. You'll see that I will push on the lever, on the shift lever, but nothing's happening in the back. All right, so here we go. Three, 4. Okay, so I had to hit that 4 times before it would actually shift. 5, 6, 7. All right, then it shifted again, and so it's still stuck in the middle of the cassette, right? So there it goes again. But that could be really annoying, right? When you're out on the trail. So what we're going to do is, and it also has a brake bleed problem or a braking problem, which will probably bleed it, and that should fix it. So what we're going to do is we're going to spray in, and like I've said in previous videos, I don't think it really matters what you're using, but you need a lube to clean and lubricate at the same time. So I've been using this for a while, and it seems to be working on just about all the different types of shifters I've used this on. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to spray inside the shifter, then I'm going to shift through the gears, and hopefully that'll fix it live while I'm doing this. I do almost 100% of my videos, I do one take live. So sometimes things don't work, but here we go. All right, so let's see if we're going to get well, look at that. And that didn't take any time at all. So the derailleur needs to be adjusted. So even though I'm getting the shifts now from the front derailleur, from the shifter on the handlebar, the derailleur's not dialed in right, but that's okay. I mean, this is a used bike. It came to me for that. So what I always tell people is when I'm taking a bike in for service, I always say to them, we want to make sure that the shifter has the indexing, has that click. If it has that click, then we can fix everything else. So if we need to replace the cable, the housing, or sometimes the rear part, if it's separated housing where front of the part has housing, or maybe it goes through the frame, but then the back part only has a little piece of housing, that usually gets really at the tip of it, where it goes into the rear derailleur at the cable adjuster road, but on a mountain bike, it'll be up here. But where it goes into that rear derailleur, it gets clogged. The fittings may just need to get replaced, and simple job. But you have to have the shifter indexing for that to even work. So it looks like just a little bit of lube So I'm getting all the clicks now that I needed to get. And it's not hesitating. So there we go. So there you go. That's how easy it is to get one of these stuck shifters to work. And you know, when it's 10 speed or 9 speed, I mean, some of these things are going to be really hard to find. And so if you can do a little bit of shifter service, you might be able to save that shifter and not have to go out and find a new one. Which, of course, if you're in the shop environment, a new shifter means a new cable for sure, and possibly the housing as well. Although I like to do those in tandem. Whenever I mess around with a cable, I like to replace the housing as well. That way it's a nice, clean, smooth system. So anyway, that's all for today. Please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, we will see you up the road.